Police on horseback charged down Whitehall to break up the crowds. Earlier, thousands defied the government's plea to stay at home and gathered peacefully in memory of George Floyd. Well, the clashes this evening followed a day of peaceful protest in London and cities right across the UK. At the scene in Whitehall Forest, these are live pictures. Ashna, what's the situation right now?
Oh my God.
Jonathan, as dusk falls here in central London, police here and there are a lot of them are raising their batons against protesters on the other side of this wall of yellow that they've created. Protesters here at the moment are tense. They're angry, many of them, but they're angry mostly in part because of why they're here today and the message being lost, because of a few people that are ruining the atmosphere. But it is an atmosphere that's dangerous, incredibly volatile. At any particular moment, right now, it's calm, police are moving around and they're trying to kettle in the protesters, but at any particular moment, something sparks and it changes. I've seen bottles thrown, I've seen a couple of flares too. People, though, in large and part, were here peacefully. It's important to note that. You said that in your introduction. About 1 o'clock today, they marched from Parliament Square, headed over to the US Embassy, many of them taking a knee in respect. But you can see now from some of those pictures, you're looking at kids here. The majority are kids. They're young generations of people who are wanting to have their voices heard, but they're scared, afraid. There is a volatile relationship between many in this community and the police, and they want their voices heard, but from the police's perspective too, they're trying to get control of this situation. Until about an hour or so ago, much of the protesters had taken over large parts of Whitehall, and in large part they were being completely peaceful, playing music, airing their frustrations in different ways, but on the whole being respectful of the situation. But now the current scene, as you can see, is incredibly tense, but many people really wanting to show that this is just a minority causing trouble.
And Ashna, as you say, things at the moment looking relatively peaceful, which is good news. Clearly, the police were keen to have a low-profile presence during this demonstration. As you say, largely peaceful, but there was a hardcore group who clearly changed the mood, the atmosphere a couple of hours ago, and then the police felt that they had to act.
Yeah, there was a conscious effort, certainly at Parliament Square a little bit earlier on, where you did see police kind of taking a step back and making sure they were far away from the protesters, hoping that people would calm down and be respectful of them, and likewise there'd be a shared understanding that they were here to control people, but also protesters wanted their voices heard. But they understood, the police did at least, that often a smaller presence from them was probably better in a scenario like this, particularly around all the controversy with George Floyd's death. They were really aware of why people were here. Many of the banners read "No Justice, No Peace," Black Lives Matter, all of those sorts of things. But police, in large in part, were keeping a low profile, but that completely changed, almost like a switch. We saw, I would say, about 50 or so riot officers running from the Foreign Office around Whitehall Way towards the crowd about an hour or so ago, and as you can see, that's where they've been since.
Well, Ashna, stay with us because I just want to bring in some footage from a little earlier that our cameras down on the scene filmed. Officers on mounted horses, you can see there going down Whitehall, and this was followed by a very worrying incident where it seems that one officer was dismounted from his horse, and then that horse was left on the loose. I think we can see it as part of this sequence. You can see there the horse running down Whitehall. Now, I've seen a different angle which seems to suggest that the police officer on that horse somehow collided with what looked like a traffic light that caused him to come off the horse. So there is some confusion about exactly what happened, but nonetheless very worrying that a horse was on the loose there. Ashna, presumably no response from the police about exactly what happened in that incident, or indeed how the officer is.
No, what we have heard is that the horse is okay, but we're not yet sure of the condition of the officer involved. As you say, it appears as though the officer ran into a traffic light and that's what caused him to tumble off it. But there is some concerns of a horse having been let loose for a few seconds or a few moments, and whether people have been injured by that is still up for debate. Some people here have told me they've seen the horse when it was let loose. Injure some people, but we've yet to confirm exactly how many, if at all. I have to say, I've not seen any paramedics on site. I've not seen any ambulances here. It's purely a heavy police presence at this moment. I'm just having a look at some of the pictures that we've got. A lot of heated conversations being had. Officers sort of shrugging their shoulders, shaking their heads, trying to keep people back. But on the whole, it almost seems like a bit of a standoff. But the idea, I believe, is that they want this crowd to disperse quite quickly. They're keen, of course, we're in the middle of a pandemic, they're keen for not many people to be gathered in a certain area. But thousands earlier who were here have now gone home and made the journey home. Many people are travelling as far as Manchester, Cardiff. Some people have travelled over from, but the overwhelming majority have come here from London. And ultimately, it's a shame that it's ended in such a way, but it's hoped that the overwhelming message will still be that these people are fighting for a bigger cause and they want their voices to be heard.
Well, good that all things seem to be calm right now. Ashna Hurinag, thank you very much indeed. We'll keep across the scene there, of course, throughout the evening. The clashes tonight did follow a